the sharks are out. We're at the stage in the market where we're either going to start a bull run or we're going to have a strong pullback. In this video, I'm going to teach you how not to get eaten by a shark. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you two very important strategies. The one's going to prepare you for a long bear market, something where you see a long-term depression. And the other is to say there's no more depression, the market's about to go incredibly bullish and you need to be ready for it. And by the way, if you want to join Sniper School, click on the link below and come join us for our next cohort starting in the next 2 weeks, and this will guarantee your spot. So guys, just before we jump into the actual charts and the strategies, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about where the market is mentally wise. I remember the way I felt in the COVID crash. We basically had this huge drop-off, very similar to the huge drop-off we had in the last year. And the way it started is it started off with Bitcoin. And Bitcoin went up, the altcoins hardly moved. And then it got to this phase. And this phase is the demotivation phase. And what it was the area of where we could have made a new low for Bitcoin if you rejected, or it was the start of the bull market. Now I know how you're feeling. It feels impossible. And what you got to understand is the whales are fighting each other right now. I still don't think retail is fully in the market. The altcoins haven't moved. So you are now a fish entering the shark waters, and you're basically sitting and watching the sharks fight, and that's why you're sort of struggling. But what I need you to understand is this demotivation phase was the phase where I wanted to quit. I literally got to a point where I'm like, crypto is not for me. I keep getting liquidated. I keep getting destroyed from these wicks. Like, I need to give up. So I'm very proud of you for being here and actually being here at this moment. So when this market wakes up, you cannot be tired. You need to be energized and you need to take advantage. This is why I actually created Sniper School. I know how this market can demotivate you. And what you got to understand is what gets you through these moments is a community. Because sometimes we're all exhausted and we're all tired, but we keep thriving and pushing each other on to not quit. Guys, and this family is growing. We're over 14,000 people in the current school right now. So if you don't want to be alone and you want to be a part of this journey, sign up below in the description. Now let's jump into the charts. Now it's time to jump into the two strategies. The one strategy is showing you we go full blast bull run. And then we have the second strategy, depression. The bear market is going to continue. I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to make profits on either scenario. Now it is time to get into sniper mode. So the first thing I want to do is I want to prepare your charts and make sure you understand where everything is, and then we're going to jump into the strategies. So the first thing you want to do is you want to jump to the weekly time frame chart. So you want to click on the weekly, and now you get this basic look over here. The next thing is you want to add a moving average. So if you click this little column over here and you type in MA, it will bring something called moving average. You want to click on that. And then what you want to do is you want to jump to that moving average. You'll see it'll be automatically set at 9. You want to click this little icon, the settings icon. And then what you're going to have is the style and the inputs. So the first thing, let's make it a nice bright blue, the color that I like using. And then secondly, you're going to go to inputs, and where it says length, you're going to put in 200 and you're going to click OK. And what that's going to do for you is it's going to give you this nice moving average. The next thing we want to do is we want to put the very important trend line. So what you want to do is you want to click over here, go to Trendline, and you want to take the top, which is the 12th of April 2021, and you want to connect it to this point over here, which is the 28th of March 2022, and you're going to get this major trend line. And you can see we're literally on the verge of a really big breakout. Next, after that, I want you to put two major boxes. So you'll click to this little box icon over here, and you want to put in this main resistance over here. I like to make it nice and yellow so you can have a look, an important resistance. Then you want to put another box at this area over here. And you want to make sure that that is named the next important resistance, which is the $47,000 zone. Now I know the question, why did I not use this piece over here? Guys, this was one of the biggest fake outs in history, where Bitcoin literally went to 69,000 and it was a complete trap. This is the original trend. This was a fake out, and that's why I'm taking these two major points over here. Now let's jump through the first strategy, which is the bull market strategy. So guys, where we're at right now is we're sitting at a very important trend. And what you can see over here is you're basically fighting this big resistance over here, and you have a very important trend line, okay? Now, what this is indicating is a make or break for Bitcoin when it comes to the next few weeks. Now, if this market turns bullish, the first signs that you're gonna see is you're gonna see us closing above this trend line. And that basically means on the weekly that we start getting above 32,000. If that starts to happen, you start to get a tremendous gap on where the next resistance will be. And you're likely to see Bitcoin increase in price of up to the levels of $47,000. Now, what's crazy about that is we could even go to the higher levels of even up to $69,000 after that. Guys, this could literally just spark a full bull run that can come at any moment. If a bull market starts, you are able to make more Bitcoin, you're able to make more Ethereum, you're able to make a lot more dollars. So what you always want to do in a bull run is you want to start to spread out your portfolio, where you have your safe assets as Bitcoin, but now it's time to get into a little bit more risk. Your Cardanos, your Solanas, your AVAXs, really good fundamental companies. And then you can even go a little bit degen. The reason why you're actually doing that, guys, is because in a bull market, they like to run altcoins with Bitcoin. And the altcoins, because they're smaller caps, market caps, they outgrow Bitcoin by a lot. So by you holding an altcoin at that specific time as the outgrowth of Bitcoin, you're making a lot more Bitcoin. The whole game about being rich in crypto is how much Bitcoin can you accumulate in the bull market. So what we want to see over here is if we jump through this trend line, it's indicating that we are going on a Bitcoin surge. Now, the next thing that's important that I want you to just add to the chart as well is this very important trend line at the bottom. And you're basically taking the low, which was around about the 16,000, around about the 1st of January 2023. And the next point will be around about the 6th of March, which was a nice little dip off. And what this gives is a trend line. Now, what I like to call this trend line is the bull market trend line. Very important support trend. And what that's indicating is the momentum that Bitcoin's moving in at the moment. And as long as we hold this trend line and we hold that very important 200 weekly moving average, all of these targets are possible at any moment, which means you are ready. You are ready at any moment that if the market wakes up and we break this area over here, it's time to diversify and it's time to make a lot more Bitcoin. The reason why I'm saying we can spark a bull market at any point, or we can go into depression. If you bring up the Wall Street cheat sheet, you will see this very important level that we're at. And what it's indicating is there might be a depression phase. So what the market does is it goes through this slow bleed. And all these little companies that came out with all this junk and they're just trying to make money, they all get filtered out because they run out of money. And we start to erase and start to remove all the junk from the market. So depression phases are very important. And I want to show you the importance of how you can take advantage of the depression stage if that plays out. Now, if we start to go to the bearish scenario, what it basically means is now the market is going into a longwards downtrend. It's going into depression phase. And what that will look like, it will look like something like this, where we literally filter out for a while. And if I show you a perfect example of it, it would be this area over here with Bitcoin, where we previously came off of a bull cycle, and then we went into this little rally, and then we went into the phase which I call depression. And you can see over here, it was literally months and months of just downwards. And what this does is it filters out all of the junk of the markets. And you need this as it regrows and it restarts the fuel for the real coins to make money within the bull market. That's why it's so important to stay focused now. But what I want to explain to you is this phase over here is also a huge opportunity for you. If the market's going to depression, it means you want to be in the safest asset, which is Bitcoin. Now, why you want to be on that? Because Bitcoin's going to hold more than any of the other tokens. And by you holding the best asset, you're actually making more of those other tokens until we break the bull run trend line. Now, let me jump back and show you what this actually means. Then what I want you to do is once we confirm that weekly has closed here, it's clear we're going on a downtrend for a few weeks. I want you to remove this trend line completely. Okay, then I want you to take the main trend line that I spoke about, this one over here, and I just want you to extend it, because this is where it gets interesting. Because if we lose these levels, who knows where Bitcoin's gonna go? Okay, everyone's trying to predict it and we can give levels, but let's be very honest. It's about trading what the market gives you. So if we lose these levels and Bitcoin goes into this depression phase, where will it go? Will it go to 10,000? Will it go? All that I know is there's a huge range of where it can go. So if I take a box over here, I want to take all these previous levels, the previous supports, all these zones, and I want to take this whole big area over here on where is Bitcoin going to go, anywhere in this level, right? And what I'm basically doing is I'm setting this as a range. And this range I see anywhere between $8,000 and $18,000, okay? This is the beauty of allowing the market to tell you what to do. So you lose the major trends, get into your safer assets. Now the market goes into depression. And as it goes into depression, you're holding the best asset. Guys, the big thing in crypto, do not lose your Bitcoin. So whenever you ever feel unsettled, jump into Bitcoin. Make sure you have your Bitcoin. Now we go in this big depression. And all of a sudden we go to these lower ranges. Where are we gonna go? I don't know. But all of a sudden we crack the major bullish trend line. By the moment we crack that, it is time to open up your portfolio again, start to get into slightly more risk, because this is where things change and we start to move. Every time we've gone through depression, bull market has come after. And the only reason you need to be prepared for this is because previously you were going to get in over here. Now you're getting way better entries. And what that means for you in the future is a lot more gains. If we go into depression, you jump into Bitcoin and you wait for that very important trend line break. This means you're no longer guessing. You're no longer thinking, I think it's going to go to 10,000. I think it's going to go to 12,000. That's going to get you into trouble because it may go to 12,001 and then you don't get your entries. That trend line will make sure that you are in. So guys, by using these trends makes the clean difference of any trader. It makes it so easy because I want to take you to both scenarios again quickly. If this market goes bullish and it breaks this area, what it's going to do is it's going to hold momentum. And all you want to do is just track the momentum. So you have this important bull run trend line. Now all of a sudden we start to break. Firstly, you have your major areas of where we could go. Who knows, we might even break the top and go way higher. And this is why, again, are you going to guess 100,000, 200,000? Who knows? But what you're going to do is you're going to track the momentum. So that's why this trend line is important, because you will start to make your way. And at any moment we break the actual trend line, that will be the time to say, whoa, we're slowing down, time to get back into Bitcoin. So at any moment you start to lose trend and you start to slow down, jump back to the safer assets. And guys, this would mean the exact same thing if we go into the depression stage first and then go bullish. How you're going to track it is the exact same way. Remember, we go bearish, you remove this trend line. You track down, and as soon as we break this trend line, it is now time to get bullish. And then what it's going to do is the same thing. It's going to start this momentum to the upside. And we are going to track that momentum. We're going to put another support trend line and we're going to track it. And as long as Bitcoin goes, maybe it goes through the year, maybe it goes to 60, maybe it goes to 100. Does not matter. Because at any point we lose the actual support, we lose the actual momentum, that will be the time to get back into Bitcoin. Guys, either of these scenarios can play out. Now I want to remind you, you're gonna need to be mentally strong on either single one of these scenarios. And this is why we have Sniper School. It is there to prepare you, but we also have the live sessions every day. So when this happens, you have a team and we're able to make a lot of Bitcoin if the market goes up and a lot of coins if the market goes down. Remember, spots are limited. We start in the next 2 weeks. Sign up below with the 3 basic steps. Now it's time to get into the mindset. This next big move is going to test you. Either we're going to have an extremely bullish run, and what this is going to do, it's going to make you greedy. It's going to make you think you're very smart. I need you to plan out what you really want from crypto, because if this market goes parabolic, you need to know when to take profits. Everyone always asks me, where do I take profits? It all matters on your plan. You sit here right now and you say, what will make me happy in the next bull run? And you make sure you take profits when that happens, because everything inside of your brain is going to tell you, keep holding on. We're going to get rich. It's Lamborghinis. And it's about time you need to learn that the sharks will eat you every single time. It's time to start thinking like the big guys. Stop being the little fish. And this works for the same if the market goes into depression. It's going to make you want to quit. It's going to make you feel like you're never going to make money, give up, and probably the day you do give up is the start of the actual bull run. But you need to understand the depression phase is where you get your entry of a lifetime. We're lucky if this market goes into depression. We will get 50% 50% off of what the current prices are right now. So don't look at it as a scary thing. Look at it as you're finally getting the valuable price that you've always wanted, and that's going to play a huge role in the actual bull run. So guys, I've shown you the two strategies. I've shown you the tools that you need to use to determine which direction the market's going to move, and I've even explained to you how your mental health is going to be tested throughout this process. But we have made this easy for you, and the clock is ticking. We have Sniper School, guys, and we have the next cohort starting in 2 weeks. Remember, this comes with all of the course information, teaching you how to become a sniper. So you get the weekly sessions. We have Mama Sniper, you have the whole trading team where we sit and we help you with any questions, and then you have the live trading sessions every single day where we trade, we monitor the market, and we're there to help you with the mental status and to keep calm and to remember that we're in a very lucky place. Sign up now, the clock is ticking.